सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणी निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। गीता ध्यान पहला और आखिरी श्लोक। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। हरि ओम। In last class we discussed Sambandha Bhashya, that is the opening commentary by Shankaracharya, where he explains why Arjuna was fallen into this shoka and moha, in this grief and delusion. So the ultimate reason, Mula Avidya, is ignorance of true nature of the self. Because of that, as I don't know who am I in absolute sense, I forget and I misunderstand who I am with respect to these things. Irrespective of everything, when I know myself, then I can have a proper understanding about the things which I am related to. Okay. In electronics, etc., no? When you know each and every wire and each and every component, what is the purpose of that, what is the nature of that, then you can connect them together properly. Same way, my connection with the universe, with the objects and the people, it is dependent on knowing all those things, but most importantly knowing who I am. That is Mula Vidya. And the Mula Avidya is then all the confusions, etc., will rise. Like Arjuna has, he says, I am dharma sammodha cheta. I am confused about what is right, what is wrong, what is dharma, what is adharma. I am confused about it. Why? Because he doesn't know who am I. That is the main thing. Then Shankaracharya tells this kind of confusion can be removed only by the ultimate knowledge of the self, not by telling some motivational things to Arjuna, so that for now at least अभी के लिए इसको काम पे लगाते हैं, then we'll figure out, not like that. Unless and until that root cause analysis is not done and that problem is not solved from the root, it is not possible to make Arjuna do his duty. Very simple. So then afterwards, there are a lot of discussions which are taken to convey the Tatparya of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, what is the Tatparya? Tatparya is only by self-knowledge, samsara can be removed. Okay? Avidya, kama, karma, these three things. Ignorance, then desires and actions. These three things cause the repeated cycles of birth and death, cycle of happiness and sorrow. To end this, first we have to end the avidya, that is ignorance. Ignorance can be removed only by knowledge, not by karma. Therefore, he takes up the discussion of jnana karma samucchay, combination of synthesis of knowledge and action, and then tells action, if it is performed without expecting the result as a worship to the God, Ishvara Arpan Buddhi, with that, if it is done, then it becomes the sadhana for Chitta Shuddhi. That Chitta Shuddhi becomes the sadhana, the tool for self-knowledge. But only by karma or synthesis of knowledge and karma, if realization cannot happen, samsara cannot be ended. It is only by knowledge, only by giving up all the desires towards this, the fruit of action, person can become eligible for knowledge. Giving up action is not mandatory. Now we saw Shankaracharya uses the word sarva eshana tyaga sannyasa. What is the sannyasa? It says without sannyasa there is no liberation. But sannyasa means what? Sarva eshana tyaga. Eshana means desire. Giving up all desires is sannyas. Not giving up the action itself. Once you take up sannyas, it's not that we give up all the actions. Actions which are meant for grihastha-shrami or vanaprasthi, they are not. Social, economical and family duties are not there to sannyasis. But they do have duty towards the liberation. Whatever they do, they must do it to achieve the self-knowledge. That kind of duty they also have. But if you are not taking that kind of formal sannyas, official sannyas you are not having, then it is giving up the desires. Okay. Then even if you are performing karma, that karma is not considered as a karma. Why? Because it doesn't continues the cycle of samsara. It helps you to come out of that cycle. So karma is a means for moksha. Karma, but knowledge is the ultimate requirement. Okay. To become eligible to acquire knowledge, we perform the karma. Only by karma we cannot achieve moksha. That is the simple best example. The adhikari of jnana yoga and bhakti yoga is different. Bhagavan Shri Krishna said, jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yoginam. To the sankhya's, it is jnana yoga, and to the yogis means karma yogis. Those who are desirous of action, to them it is karma yoga. Different kind of same knowledge told in different methodologies. So both cannot be followed simultaneously. After all this, He says, the last paragraph of this Sambandha Bhashya Shankaracharya says, other than Atmajnana, there is no way to uplift Arjuna out of this misery. Knowing this, having understood, self-knowledge is the only way Arjuna can be uplifted. Bhagavan started giving his Upadesha. What is that? You see, it is verse number 11 in chapter 2. The actual Upadesha of Bhagavan Shri Krishna starts from this verse. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ashocharan Vashochastvam Pratnyavadamscha Bhashase Gatasu Nagatasumscha Anushocanti Panditaha Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ashochan Na Shochaha Ashochaha. Those who are not, literally speaking, not worthy of grieving. What? Those who are not to be grieved. Okay. Plural of that is asochan. All those things and beings which are not fit to be grieved upon. Anvachoshasvam. You are continuously grieving about them. Means what? You are grieving about those who are not supposed to be grieved. Means what? You are doing what you are not supposed to do. In simple terms. And on top of that, Prajnavadamscha Bhashyase. And you are speaking the knowledge, Prajnavada. What Shankaracharya says, Na shochaha ashocha. Bhishma Dronadaya. Sadhvatvat Paramartha Rupena Nityatvat Tan Ashochan. Why they are not fit to be grieved upon? Not because they are not worthy, etc. You say, na, some criminal, some terrorist is dead, killed. You say, what to grieve for this person? He is so evil. There is no need to be grieved upon. That Bin Laden was killed. Who grieved for them? We said he is not fit. The Bhishma Drona, they are not like that. Why you should not grieve among them? Because Paramartha Taha, as per the ultimate reality, they are never going to get destroyed. They are always there. As a consciousness, Bhishma Drona, etc., are not going to get destroyed. Therefore, you must not grieve upon them. Anushocha, but you are continuously Anushocha means again and again. Anu, the word is used in, this is a prefix used in the meaning of repetition or following. So doing again and again. You are grieving continuously again and again for those who are not supposed to be grieved upon. And on top of that, what you are doing, tam prajnavadan bhashase. You are talking like a wise man, intelligent person. Prajnavadan, buddhimatam, vadan, vachanani. The way intelligent people, knowledgeable people speak, you are talking like them. Means what? You are doing unwise thing. By grieving upon those who don't, you are not supposed to be grieved. You are doing what you are not supposed to do. And you are speaking like an intelligent person. Means what? Your action is like a foolish person. Only foolish person does what you are not supposed to do. Simple. Who jumps the signal? Foolish one jumps the signal, not the wise one. Even though there is no camera, there is no policeman, still wise person will stop. Why? Because you are not supposed to. do it. Who will do again and again things which are not good for you? A foolish person. जंक फूड मत खाओ, जंक फूड मत खाओ, सब लोग बोल रहे हैं. Who eats? The foolish one. Intelligent one, on one time it is good. I am also foolish in that way. I keep it. So, but the foolish person doesn't do things which are supposed to be done. Okay, foolish person does things which are not supposed to be. Now you are doing that means what? You are behaving like a fool, speaking like a wise man. प्रज्ञावान शांकरभाष्यसे, ज्ञानवान भाष्यसे. तद एतद मौढ्यम पांडित्यम च विरुद्धम आत्मनि दर्शयसि उन्मत्त एव इति अभिप्रायः. So Shankaracharya says, what is the abhipraya? What Bhagavan wants to say? Mauढ्यम means मूढ़ता, foolishness. Pandityam and panditya, knowledge. These two completely opposite things you are showing in yourself at the time. Okay. Now who does it? He says unmatta eva. The unmatta person, intoxicated person, does this. The intoxicated person speaks something random, gibberish. In between something he says which is like a wise person. It happens. Once in a while some intoxicated person may give you good knowledge also, but that doesn't mean he is talking wisely. Okay, he is talking nonsense only. Sometimes the words just happens to come out so that they sound like they are very intelligent words. So you are showing this contrary things in you like a unmatta, like intoxicated person. Means what? You are out of your senses in simple way. Why? Gatasuna gatasuncha na anulochanti pandita. What is the contradiction? Contradiction is your grief is the contradiction. Gata asun. Gata asun means those who have given up their pranas, whose pranas are gone, dead people. Agata asun. And those who are not dead, those who are alive. To both of these two, the intelligent one, they don't grieve for both living and dead. Yes, ma'am. Gatasun, Gata Pranan, dead people, Agatasun, Agata Pranan, Jivata, living people. Ja, na anashochanti panditaha. Panditas don't grieve upon them. Who is Pandita? Pandita is Atmajnaha. Realized people, realized masters. They don't grieve for those who are dead and they don't grieve for those who are alive. Similarly, what is the etymological meaning of word Pandita? That is explained. पंडा आत्मविषया बुद्धि येषां ते विपंडिताः पांडित्यं निर्विद्य इति श्रुतेः. In Bృహదాरण्यके definition of panditya is given. Nirvidya pandityam. Nirvidya pandityam means what? Absolute knowledge is pandityam. What is absolute knowledge? Knowledge of absolute reality is the absolute knowledge. So atmavishaya buddhi, panda. The one who has that panda is called pandita. Okay. Means what? The one who has realized I am that self. That person is called pandita. Okay. Pandita, by implication, any scholarly person is called pandit. Okay. But the actual literal meaning, etymological meaning of word pandit means realized person. They don't grieve upon this living or dead equally. Why? Because they know that no one dies and no one lives. Okay. Why they should not be grieved upon? That is explained in next verse. Okay. Kutaha te ashochaha yato nityaha. Why they should not be grieved upon? Because they are, everyone is permanent. Okay. What it means? न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम् न त्वेवाहं जातु न तु एव अहं न आसम जातु. It is not that I will not be there. Na asam. Asam means I will not. I was not there. Asam is the past tense. Okay. It's not that I was not there. Jatu. Jatu means it's a aware. It's kadati. At any given time, there was no moment, not a fraction of second that I was not existing. I was always there. And it's not about only me. Natvam. It's not that you were also not there in the past. You were also there. Na ime janadhipa. And not only we both, two of us, but all these janadhipa. Janadhipa means kings, etc. All these warriors who have gathered here, in no time they were non-existing. They were always there. Here it is double negation. Na asam. Asam means I was. Okay. Na asam, I was not. Na jatuhu, na asam. At any given time, it was not the thing that I was not there. Double negation. Means what? I was always there in the past. Okay. Na chaiva, na bhavishyamah. Again, double negation. And it's not that we will not be there in the future. Means what? We always be in the future. Who sarve vayam. All of us who are gathered here, all of them will be there in the future also. Ataha param. Ataha, ata means, here ata indicates the death of body. Okay. Even after our bodies are given up, bodies are destroyed, still even after that we will be always there. Okay. Simple question happens when it is said there was no time when I was not there. Automatically thought comes, but I am told this is my birth date. Yeah. XYZ date, XYZ month, and XYZ year you were born. In morning 6 a.m. So what was there before that? Okay, before that 9 months I was in the womb of my mother. What was before that? I wasn't existing. So here it is not, we are not talking about the body. It is about the existence, the consciousness. Okay. So atah means even after death we will be always there. Okay. Why? When param means at the very end of time also we will be always there. Vina deha vinashat param uttar kale api trishu api kaleshu atmasvarupena iti artha. In all three periods of time, as atma, as self, we will always be there. Deha veda anuvritya bahuvechham na atma vedat abhiprayena. Okay. And this vayam word is used, it is because Arjuna is perceiving so many people. Okay. So considering them as a different individual, the vayam etc. plural is used. Otherwise, what was there all the time and what will be there even after the death of body is only one entity, Atma, one self. But still plural is used. Why? Because Arjuna is perceiving multiplicity. For Arjuna, it is very important to know that time that all these people will not be perished in this war. They will not cease to exist after the war. Before the war, before even their birth, all of these people were existing as a Atma, and all afterwards also they will exist as a Atma. So there are no multiple selves, multiple Atmas are not there. Multiple consciousnesses are not there. Only thing is, so many people are standing, Arjuna is seeing all this, therefore they are included. All these people were sarve vayam, all of us, we will be always there in all three periods of time. Yeah. Tatra katham eva nitya atma iti drishtantam aha. Now the example is given to explain the continuous existence of atma. On what basis you say that I was there before, now I am here, and I will be even after the death? Okay. So the example is given which is very familiar to all of us. Okay. Drishtanta means example. Okay. So it is Drishtanta. Drishtanta means what? That which is seen always. And from that we understand the Siddhanta. What is the principle? What is the concept? Okay. So both are explained. So first is example, then the Siddhanta. Verse number 13. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति देहिनः अस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा अनुभवति. देहः अस्य अस्ति इति देही. What we mean by dehi? Dehi means the one who has the body. Deha means body. The one who has body means what? Someone who is different from the body resides in the body. That one is called dehi. Plural of that is dehinah. So dehinah, dehavan atmanah. Atma. Asmin vartamane dehe. Asmin in this body, in this dehe, in this body. Yatha yana prakarena kaumaram. Kaumaram means the childhood or time before the adolescence. Age before adolescence. Yauvanam after the adolescence, youth. And jara means the decline phase, old age. Kaumaram kumara bhava, balyavastha. Yauvanam yuno bhava, madhyama avastha, the middle stage. Yuna means the youth, young person, that stage. Jara, vayaha hani, the decline of the age. Jirna avastha, the old age. Iti eta tisra avastha anyonya vilakshanaha. These are the three states of what? Of the deha, which are completely distinct from each other. Right? There is no similarity. The childhood, youth, and old age, they are exclusively distinct from each other. Right? You cannot be young and old simultaneously. You cannot be young and child simultaneously. Now, again, be clear. This is about the deha. We are not talking about this. Okay? That can be child at any age, or that can be old also at any age. Okay? That we are not talking. Okay? People at age of 50, 60 also, they call themselves young. Okay, but you are not young at that age. You are simple. It is old. Tasa prathama avastha nashe न नाशः द्वितीयावस्थाजनने न उपजननम आत्मनः. When the first state gets destroyed and second state rises, that time new self, new Atma is not born. We have continuous experience. I was a child, now I am young. I was young, now I am old. With continuous experience. किम तर्हि अविक्रियस्य एव तृतीय तृतीय अवस्था प्राप्ति आत्मनो निष्ठः. Then still what I say, I am old, I am young, etc. How you get this? Because that I is continuous. If body is changing, along with that someone who is inside that body is also changing, then you cannot have continuous experience. We entered on the movie theater, then came out in the interval, gave the ticket to somebody else, and that person watched the second half. Now the first person cannot tell the story of second half. Why? Because you have not experienced it. That continuous presence was not there. But someone who resides in the body tells, earlier I was young, before that I was child, now I am old. Now we see photo. Small child, 2.5 feet, thin, wearing half pant and t-shirt, and we say, oh, this is me 25 years ago. This is me 10 years back. A young tall boy wearing trousers and shirt. And then I see my yesterday's photo, day before yesterday's photo, wearing yellow dhoti, yellow kurta. I see in all the things my experience is this is me, this is me, this is me. But the body is completely changed. Same way, tatha, tadvat, same way. Tadvat eva देहाद अन्यः देहांतरं तस्य प्राप्ति देहांतर प्राप्ति अविक्रियस्य एव आत्मनः इत्यर्थः. Same way, when this entire body is dropped and new one is taken, Atma remains as it is without any kind of modification. Because if it was going under modification, we will not experience our continuous existence. Now the question comes, but we never experienced that earlier I was Yaksha, Gandharva, Kinnara, something. Oh, now I have become human being. Before that, I was someone else. All these things, don't know. Some dog doesn't come and tell us. Okay, पहले जमाने में मैं इंसान था, पहले जन्म में, अब कर्मों के वजह से कुत्ता बन गया. Like that, no dog comes and tells us. We also don't remember our past. But just think, you can never remember a point where you have not existed. Okay? You try to find out. See, till this point I was. Before that I wasn't. It cannot be your experience at all. It is only people tell. You were born at this time, 1 January 2026, you were born. So by that, we apply logic and do Anuman Praman that, oh, that means before January 1st, 2026, I was not there. But you never experience non-existence. Even if you don't have any memory, we always experience, I was there. People, so questions will take at time. Okay, even if we try to remember, we don't have any memory, any experience. But we always say, I don't remember what happened. We never say, I don't remember, I was not at all present, not at all existing. Okay. Someone tells, oh, we have met you when you were 3 years old. And we say, okay, I don't remember. That doesn't mean I was not there, I don't exist, I wasn't existing. Okay? Lack of memory is not a proof of absence, proof of non-existence. Right? Memory is completely different, existence is completely different. Existence is experienced. Okay? External experience of the world may not be there, but the subjective experience of my presence is always there. So therefore, even when we have dropped our previous body and taken up this, that Atma is one and the same. Dhira, Dhiman, the intelligent, Tatra, Nam Yadi, Namo Namapati. Knowing this, that there is only one self manifesting in different bodies. Even after death, it is going to take new body. Even the death of that new body, it will take another one, another one, another one. Knowing this, that intelligent person, Buddhiman Purusa, Dhira, does not grieve. No, Yati doesn't fall into confusion. How I can be existing forever? This confusion it never faces. Okay, so therefore there is no place for moha, the one who knows. Okay, now you see how the logic is developed. Bhagavan says, "Na anushochati pandita." Right? Realized people, they don't grieve. Why they don't grieve? Because they know that I was always there and I will be always there even after the death of this body. Okay. What is the logic? How can you explain that I am there continuously present in all these things? So says within the one body also there are a lot of changes, but because Atma is one, that Atma knows all the changes. Okay. The one who is undergoing the change never experiences the change. A simple people come and tell me, no, you have become very happy. Now increased, gained weight. Right? Oh, we say, oh, is it? I did not understand. Okay. Then someone tells, oh, you have lost quite a weight. Then, oh, I did not understand. Why? Because once we are identified with the body, I consider myself to be body, I am part of the change. The changing one never understands the change. The changeless knows the change. Okay. So the Atma, who is changeless, in one body, knows childhood, youth, and old age. These changes. Same way, Atma, who is common, continuous, in all, changeless, in all different bodies, knows that I am only one. Okay? Now, knowing this, intelligent person never comes under the confusion, moha. When there is no moha, there is no place for shoka. So why? Na muhyati, na shochati. Okay, so here na anushochati panditaha is answered. Why they don't grieve? Because they are not confused about the state of self, about the nature of self. As they know, I am ever existing principle, therefore I did not fall into confusion about my own existence, therefore they don't grieve. So therefore there is no need of, no place for shoka. Now, simple. Still, there can be things which will create confusion, which are not related to the self. That possibility is there. Shankaracharya explains, this is again shankarbhashya, connection between two verses. Yadyapi Atma Vinasha Nimitta Moha na sambhav. Even though they are not confused that I may get destroyed, etc. Atma Vinasha Sambhav. what if I die, etc. This kind of confusion they may not have. Okay, but Nitya Atma iti vijanatah. Why? Because they know Atma is Nitya. Tathapi शीतोष्ण सुख दुख प्राप्ति निमित्त मोह लौकिकः दृष्टते. The लौकिक मोह, transactional confusion, which is the cause of happiness and sorrow, Shita, Ushna, etc. The presence and absence of conducive environment and conflicting environment. Some things which are conducive to us gives us happiness. Something which is non-conducive to us gives us sorrow. Okay. Sukha viyoga nimittah, dukha sanyoga nimittah cha shoka iti etat Arjunasya vachanam asankya. The next verse is considering Arjuna may have this kind of doubt. Okay, they will not be confused whether I exist or not, whether these are other people, they will exist or not. But Shitoshna Sukha Dukha etc. the pairs of opposite, they will create confusion. What Sukha Yoga Nimittam means what? Some situation will take away our Sukha. Some situation will give Dukkha Sanyoga, means bring Dukkha to us. They will take Sukha away and bring Dukkha. So that Moha and that Shoka will be there. Means what? It is okay, this Bhishma, Drona, etc., they will exist as Atma. But what about their body? What about their mind and intellect? My relationship with them is not at the level of Atma. I am the Shishya of Drona in transactional world, and he will not be there in that transactional world the way I know him. I am the grandson to the Pitama Bhishma. As my grandfather, he will not be there. He will be there as a Atma, as a self. That is okay. But that Atma is avikari, avinashi, akarta, abhokta. That Atma will not treat me like a student, a shishya, or as a grandson. So because of that, it is very possible for even Atmajnani to have Shoka and Moha. Very simple. Logical question. Okay. Considering this, Arjuna may have this question. This is called Kritva Chinta. Kritva Chinta means the speaker himself decides that this doubt may rise, okay, and answer the question. Okay. What it says? Matra sparshastu kaunteya शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्याः तां तितिक्षस्व भारत मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदाः मात्रा अभिमीयन्ते शब्दादः इति श्रोत्रादीनि इन्द्रियाणि मात्राणां स्पर्शः शब्दादिभिः संयोगः ते शीतदुःखदाः. What is matra sparsha? Matra sparsha means the contact between sense organ and sense object. Okay, we have 5 sense organs and there are 5 sense objects. Okay, by the means sense object means the quality which is perceived by that sense organ. Okay, objects are many. Okay, but whatever we see, what we see name, form and color. It is called rupa. When we listen anything, that sound can be any. A person talking, that sound. The instrument being played, that sound, something is falling down, that sound, one sound which we are eager to hear, the cloud and thunder sound, that sound. All these things, objects are different, but quality is same. Sound. Okay, same way, touch. Touch is the quality. So 5 sense organs and 5 sense objects. The contact between these two is called matra sparsha. Matra means that by which we know, by that which we perceive. So sense organs. And sparsha. Sparsha means those who come in contact. Sparsha literally doesn't mean only touch. No, sparsha means contact. With any sense organ, that quality comes in contact, therefore it is called sparsha. So matra sparsha. Tu means but. Here the two word is used in the with reference to the previous verse. Previous verse is what? Previous verse talks about the permanent nature of the self. Okay. Here too, but matra sparsha. Matra sparsha, they are not as the atma. They are opposite to atma. Means what? They are impermanent. Kaunteya, hey Kaunteya, say son of Kanti, Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadaha. All these contexts, how they are, Shita Ushna, hot and cold, Sukha Dukkadaha, giver of this different opposite experience. Some experience will be conducive, some experience will be non-conducive. Some experience will give happiness, some experience will give sorrow. As simple as that. No, Shita Ushna. In same room at same temperature, two people suffer for different reasons. One feels it is too hot, one feels it is too cold. So sukha dukkha is the personal experience. Shitoshna etc. is the objective experience. Okay. So subjective, objective, both type of experience, they are acquired by the contact with the sense objects. Okay. Agama apayinaha. Agama means those who come. So they come in contact and apayina, they go away. Objects can come in the contact with sense organ and they go away. Okay. Anityaha, hence they are permanent. As they come and go, it is not constant. Now, right now, it is too hot, too hot, too hot. We are crying when the rain will start, when the rain will start. Once the Mumbai rain starts, we start praying. Ye kab rukega? When we will see the sun? Okay. So this is anitya. Nothing is permanent. That cycle will continue. Anitya. Therefore, tam titikshasva. Okay. Just endure them. Bharata, Bharata Kula born in the lineage of Bharata. Tantitikshasva, just endure them. What Shankaracharya says, Matra abhiniyante shabdadayati shotradi matranam sparsha matra sparsha. Matra sparsha, the contact between sense organ and sense object. Shabdadi is shitoshna sukha shitam ushnam sukham dukkham cha prayachanti. They give this different experience, shita ushna sukha dukkha etc. अथवा स्पृशन्ते इति स्पर्शा विषयाः शब्दादयः मात्रा च स्पर्शा च शीतोष्ण सुखदुःखदाः. Or another meaning, another etymology of the sparsha is sprushante iti sparshaha. Means that which is experience, that is sparsha. Shabdadaya etc. Same, similar meaning etymologically. एक को ऐसे तरह से बोला, एक को दूसरे तरह से. Not much a difference. Okay, but at the end they are shitoshna sukha dukkha. They give joy, sorrow, shita, ushna etc. experience. शीतम कदाचित सुखम कदाचित दुःखम तथा उष्णम अपि अनियत रूपम सुख दुःखे पुनः नियत रूपे यथा न व्यभिचरता अतः ताभ्याम उक्त शीतोष्णयोः ग्रहणम. In different situation, Shita sometimes will be happy situation. Sometimes it will be sorrow. Same thing with heat, Ushnata. Sometimes heat will be pleasant. Sometimes it will be sorrow giving. Therefore, aniyata rupam sukha dukkhe punah niyata rupe yata na vyabhichara. Okay. They are indefinite. Aniyata rupam means what? Shita situation will be there or Ushna situation will be there. How the external situation will be. Shita Ushna doesn't only confine to Shita Ushna. Okay. Any kind of situation, how it will be, that is not fixed. Okay, it is indefinite, impermanent. It will be always changing. One thing is common, that no matter what the situation is, it will either give sukha or it will give dukkha. Sukha dukkha also themselves are not permanent. But either one of these two will always be there. Depending on the situation, either sukha will be there or dukkha will be there, that is for sure. Okay? That is niyata rupe yata na vyabhichartaham tabhyam tat shitoshna grahanam. Therefore, shita ushna sukha dukkha etc. is told separately. Otherwise, only sukha dukkha can be told. But why these are told separately? Because shita ushna etc. indicates the situation. Okay, they are inconsistent. Okay, sukha dukkha also with respect to each other impermanent. But if we compare two pairs, sukha dukkha and shita ushna, shita ushna pair can be inconsistent, but sukha dukkha pair is consistent. There can be a situation where there is nothing, there is not a situation where it is not too hot or too cold. Means what? There is no conducive environment, not hostile environment, it is neutral. Possible. But in any situation, whether the situation is favorable, unfavorable, or neutral, sukha or dukkha will always be there. Either sukha or dukkha. But one of them, one of these, the pair will always be there. Therefore, they are told separately. Okay. Yasmat te matra sparshadayah agama apayinah. Agama apayashila. They come and go. It is nothing is constant, permanent. Tasmat anityaha. Therefore, they are impermanent. अतः तान शीतोष्णादीन तितिक्षस्व प्रसहस्व तेषु हर्षम विषादम मा कार्हि. What do we mean by endure them? Endure them not only applies to suffering. Shankaracharya says titikshasva means don't get excited, don't get dejected in any situation. Oh, what to do? So much of difficulties with this kind of, don't get dejected, and oh wow, everything is nice and beautiful. Wow, I can get whatever I want. Okay. Children in Disneyland, no, don't become excited like that. Okay. Deshu harsham vishadam makashi. Don't get excited, very happy. Why? Because it is impermanent. That story of king is told. No? That king once asked his guru or some sadhu that tell me one sentence which will make me happy in sorrow and sad in happiness. So he wrote on his wall, "Ye abhi din jayenge. This shall also pass away." Okay. So therefore there is no need to get excited too much, nor to get very sad, depending on no matter what the situation is, because all are impermanent things. Again, why not to get dejected or not happy? Shitoshnadin sahatah kim syat. What will happen if I endure? Why should I endure? When we do something, if there is some gain out of it, what is the gain if I endure this ushna and shita, sukha and dukkha, etc.? Okay. That is next verse. Yam hi navyathayantete purusham purusharshava samadukha sukham dhiram somrutatvaya kalpate. Yam hi navyathayantete purusham purusharshava samadukha sukham dhiram somrutatvaya kalpate. Yam hi purusham, any person, Samadukha Sukham, who is equanimous in Sukha and Dukkha. Same Sukhe Dukkhe Yasyate Samadukha Sukham, for whom Sukha and Dukkha are one and the same. One and the same means what? The one who understands that both are impermanent, changing things. Nothing is permanent. So such a person, Sukha Dukkha Prapto Harsha Vishada Rahitam. The one, therefore, the one who knows this, both these things, Sukha Dukkha, etc., they are not permanent. Therefore, he is not ever overjoyed when happiness comes, and not doesn't fall into complete sorrow when some sad thing happens. The one who remains equanimous in completely opposite situations. Such a dhiram, intelligent person, na vyathayanti, na chalayanti, nitya atmanajnate yatvartas. Such a person is not moved, not affected by the sukha dukkha. Okay. See, sukha and dukkha both create problems. Too much of sorrow create problems, that is understood. Little bit of sorrow also we don't feel like having, that is also understood. How sukha creates a problem? See, sukha, if it is excessive, okay, that also removes our vivek. The way people do bad things in anger, wrong things in anger, or wrong things in great sorrow, they do in excitement also. Too much of excitement also brings calamity. When we are overjoyed and we start enjoying too much, it brings calamity. So sukha also creates a problem. The one who understands, that person is not even moved by the happiness. Okay. Now World Cup is going on, football World Cup. Okay. So someone hit a goal in very first few minutes. पहले 10 मिनट में ही गोल हो गया. Now 80-minute game is remaining. Okay. Now the one who hit that goal, he is enjoying throughout those 80 minutes. मैंने पहले 10 मिनट में ही गोल मार दिया. What will happen? His team will take 2-3 goals. So excitement also reduces our vivek. The discrimination between the right and wrong, good and bad, gain and loss, the discrimination between these is way covered by happiness also. Okay, so we must not fall for it. Yeah. Hitler, he was winning all the wars. Okay. Everyone in his advisory team was telling, don't attack Russia at the very beginning of winters. The Russian winter is too harsh. Our army cannot survive. Our supply lines are very stretched. But that victory gone in the head. Viveka was over. He attacked Russia. They were stuck there in Siberia. They suffered like anything. Lost at the end. Lost the war. Okay, good only. Gita to all rather good. But see, in all situations, whenever you see, the way we have put ourselves in difficulties when we are in confusion, we have put ourselves in difficulties when we are too happy also. Yes, sukha dukkha both create problem. The one who is not moved by that, moved by that means not distracted by that. Such a person, samadukha sukham dhiram, saha amrutatvaya kalpate. Sir, nitya atmanadashana dishtaha, dandva saishnu, amrutatvaya, amruta bhavaya, mokshaya kalpate, samadha bhavati. That person who is not affected by sorrows and happiness of every day, which is impermanent, every now and then. अभी बोलते बोलते we say I am happy, and we are sad. and we keep crying, keep crying, and then some sudden moment we are in achanak se out of nowhere we are happy. So the one who is not affected by that remains equipoised in both the situation. That person becomes eligible, capable of acquiring moksha, amrutatva. Then amrutatva means again it is not the amrutatva of the body. Because body is created, it will get destroyed. That is for sure. It is the amrutatva of the self, atma. Atma is never created; it is permanent. Experiencing that person will attain that amrutatva. Very important thing. So, what is the gain of enduring matra sparsha, enduring pairs of opposite? Is becoming eligible for moksha. Now, here the sadhan chatushtaya is indicated. One of the sadhan chatushtaya, that is titiksha. Okay. By titiksha, we have to understand entire sadhan chatushtaya. It is called upalakshan. Upalakshan means when one thing of a group is hinted, is explained, we have to understand entire group. Okay. Just like Shita Ushna. Only one external situation is told. Okay. Like that Shita Ushna, Mrudu Saumya, sometimes we get nice comfortable soft seat, sometimes we have to sit in the wooden plank, on the wooden plank. Like that. All the different pairs of opposite must be understood by Shita Ushna. Same way, why Diksha we have to understand entire sadhan chatushtaya. Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi Sattva Sampatti and Mumukshu. Right. We will discuss all these things as we go ahead. What is Viveka, what is Vairagya, Samadhi Sattva Sampatti, etc. But here Titiksha. Titiksha means endurance. Okay, steadfastness. We don't get distracted, diverted by change in the situation. That is the crux of titiksha. If situation is difficult, you hold on to it. Don't give up. Don't get distracted. See, I always give this example. When we like to do something, nothing can distract us. Okay, but something we have to do, it is must, important, but we don't like. Every small thing distracts us. Okay. Students, school students, when they are studying, okay, that time someone is making some tea in the kitchen. They will shout from their room, "Why you have to cook at this time only? So much of noise, all the utensils, etc. You are banging. I cannot concentrate at all." And when they are playing mobile game, that mobile games itself make lot of hundred sound which disturb others' conversation. And that time, if there is a complete procession on the road with Dolby DJ playing on, still they don't listen to that because they are focused into that game. Okay, so distraction etc. is not in the world; it is in the mind. Okay. We say what to do, so many extractions. In today's world, there are so many extractions. It is a lame excuse. Because in any given time, extraction for that time were available. Now we say there is a mobile, there is a TV, OTT, has so many things to listen. Movies are there, dramas are there. When movies were not there, drama was there. In every gully and in the mohalla, some or other music program or dance program used to happen. It was there. When all this proper theatre setup etc. was there, people had their ways to do time pass. बाकी कुछ नहीं तो गांव के बाजू में पेड़ के नीचे बैठ के फालतू की बातें करते ही थे. So the distractions of that time were always there. Okay. But now it is up to us Distractions always are there. Whether to fall for those distractions or not. And particularly, distractions, one type of distractions are this. Okay? Something I like, something I enjoy, it is available. घर में शांति से बैठना है, काम करना है, लेकिन टीवी पे सीरियल चल रहा है, तो काम छोड़ के उसके सामने बैठ गए. These distractions are different distractions. Another distraction is this, which rises from our own mind when we face difficulties, etc. Doubt, self-doubt. I don't know whether I will be able to do it or not. This you must think before you start something. Once you start, either you get finished or finish the work. But hold on to it. That's how you can achieve something. If you keep giving up, nothing can be achieved. Therefore, tam titiksha, very important quality, titiksha. The one who does it, that becomes eligible for Amrutattva. Because moksha sadhana is most difficult. Mind will not let you control it. Mind will not let you make it pure. Mind will find all the ways to remain as it is. You cannot control it. And it will make sure that you are not able to control that mind. So if you start getting this kind of thing, kya kare, gadbad ho raha hai, and then give up, then never we can achieve anything. Small sorrows and small achievements. Sometimes it is opposite. So not every time it's not only sorrows. Sometimes mind throws false sense of achievement. That you have done so great. Now you must reward yourself. So enjoy. Means what? Again, fall back to the square one. So different ways it happens. So if you are swayed by this or disturbed by this, then path is very difficult. But the one who is not moved by it, now Vyadhayanti, to that person, Amrutattva moksha is in hand. Amrutatvaya kalpate, becomes eligible for moksha. Now, next verse, it talks about what that moksha is, knowing what this moksha can be achieved. In one way it is told, the Atma, one who is permanent in all changing bodies. But what is the absolute nature of that Atma? That is explained from this verse number 16 onwards. Okay. Itaha cha shokamoha akrutva chetosnadi sahanam yuktam yasma. Why it is right, why it is good to endure this sitoshna, etc. By knowing what you will achieve that Amrutattva, that is explained in the next verse. Nasato vidyate bhavaha na bhavo vidyate sataha ubhayorapi drushtontaha vanayostattvadarshibhihi nasato vidyate bhavaha na bhavo vidyate sataha ubhayorapi drushtontaha न असतः भावः विद्यते. Asat means that which does not exist. Its existent presence, bhava, is never there. न असतः अविद्यमानस्य शीतोष्णादेः सकारणस्य न विद्यते. नास्ति भावः भवनम् अस्तिता. Astitva, existence of non-existing object is never there. In no given time, non-existing object exists. Okay? Na abhavaha vidyate sataha, and that which is existing, it never becomes non-existent. It is always present. विकारः न विद्यते नहि शीतोष्णादि सकारणं प्रमाणिनि निरुक्यमाणं वस्तुं सम्भवति by the pramana means what? By the means of right knowledge you cannot establish the existence of shitoshna etc. Why? Because they are non-existent. Okay. Now automatically if you those who have studied a little bit they will say but they, by pramana we know Shita, Ushna, etc. exist. Why? How? By pratyaksha pramana we know there is hot or there is cold outside. Pratyaksha pramana, direct perception. We don't need any other means to know whether the temperature is hot or cold, weather is hot or cold. By direct experience we know it. Something we cannot know directly, we know by Anuman Praman. Why there is no monsoon till 20th of June? Because of El Nino. By Anuman Praman we know. Because there is a patch of low, low pressure in Pacific. So therefore everything is getting set. All the monsoon winds are blowing in that direction. Therefore we are not. This is Anuman. By logic we understood. Direct experience is not there. We have not gone into that Pacific and experienced, oh, here is the low pressure belt. But by logic we understand. So by yukti we understand. So existence of this object is known. But the ultimate pramana is Shastra pramana. By Shastra pramana we know these objects don't exist and also there are different levels of experience. Okay. At certain level of experience, the object is experienced through pramana, but when that level of existence, thereof reality is changed, those things become apramana, those things become non-existing. No? What is that? All these things. What is the existence and non-existence? About that there is a long bhashya which we will discuss in the next class. Today we will conclude here. If there is any question, any doubt, we will have it. Yes.
Now Balram was there. Balram was the guru of I think Duryodhan, right? He did not participate in the war.
Correct.
The war is always standing for dharma.
Correct.
So why was Balram supporting Duryodhan when he knew that Duryodhan is on the side of adharma and he walked away from?
He did not support. No? He did not support. That's why he did not fight. And again, it has nothing to do with this. मतलब ये महाभारत प्रश्न है, not Gita question. Yes.
Talking about the existence and non-existence. So I had a question. You said that we never have any experience of non-existence. We don't
Correct.
know what non-existence is like. But do you think that's just because we are experiencing, because right now we are in the human body, so we are looking at existence only from the human body relation or lens, and that's why we cannot fathom anything outside?
So that's what I am saying. Forget the human body experience. Okay, the question is, because we are in the human body, with human intellect we are thinking, we can grasp the concept of existence. Therefore, we say we don't have the experience of non-existence. Okay, if we are in another body, then we might not have that kind of thing. So this is the important. This is what we want. Now, simple. Any animal or any object of the world today, sentient object, plant, animal, fish, bird, etc. You try to end that jiva's existence. What will happen? Every jiva will try to preserve the existence. Why is that so? Because it is inherent experience. It is my nature that I must exist. That is inherent call for everybody. I have to be existing. I cannot be wiped out. It is not possible if our nature is not existence. Okay? One thing. Another thing, see, as we discussed, Imagine, just imagine, I was born at this particular moment. Okay. What is date today? 9th June 2026. 8:17 p.m. At this moment I was born. Okay. 20 years later someone asked me, do you remember 20 years back you were born and I held you in my hand and put you in the crib? What will I say? I don't remember. Okay. Does it mean that I was not existent in that time? Of course I was. Okay. Same way, before that, I don't remember the experiences, but not having an experience is not the pramana, it's not the proof of non-existence. Simple. Why? Because I don't ever feel I was non-existent. You just try to go and back in time and imagine. See, at this moment, I was not there. I was non-existent. You can never think why, because the one who is non-existing cannot have the experience of non-existence also. The presence and absence, existence and non-existence, both are known by someone who is existing. So existence of this body, which was not there before and which will not be there afterward, will be known by someone who is existing before the creation of body, and it is existing even after the destruction of the body. That permanent thing is me, Dehi, the one who resides in the Deha, not the body Deha itself. That Dehi is permanent, not the Deha. Body was non-existing, yes. Before birth, before that, 9 months in the mother's womb, and before that it was not there. After death, it will be cremated. After that also it will not be there. But the I, who knows all these states, will be always there. Otherwise, there is no logic to this statement that I was not and then I am created. I was created. Why? Because thing which is created at any given moment, even if it is sentient, can never know its non-existing state. Okay. Now this AI almost talks like a conscious entity. You ask any AI, okay, when you were created, and ask before that who was you. AI will tell. Why? Because it was not there and then it is created. Now ask yourself, before birth, was I there or was I not? Logical answer is, I was there. Why? Because if I wasn't, I cannot have this thought also, whether I was or I wasn't. ये सोचने के लिए whether I am or I am not, you have to be existing entity only. Non-existing entity never has this doubt. मोर का पंख नीला होता है कि पीला होता है, इसके ऊपर डाउट कर सकते हैं. What is the color of horns of rabbit? There is no argument. Why? Because they don't exist. Something exists or not. This doubt is always there only about existing object. Who am I? Another question. Going ahead. Those who are existing, they can only ask this question, who am I? Whether I am this or that. Identity crisis, so to say, is possible only for existing things. Non-existent things never have identity crisis, क्योंकि वो है ही नहीं. So if you just go back in your experience, you can never experience. You may feel, मैं नहीं था. Feeling is different, emotion is different. Emotion has no logical basis. But you can never experience I was non-existing in this given moment. No matter how fast you go in the, how back you go in the past. Yeah, right? Clear? Yes. Yes.
To follow up on that only, then, like you guess that then who am I or what am I? So what you explained in the 16th shloka, which is it's also the law of physics that energy cannot be created
Yes.
or destroyed; it will just keep transforming. Which
Correct.
is how it is. But then, let's say before the body there is the consciousness and the Atman, and maybe it's difficult to visualize what it was like.
Correct.
But consciousness is floating around. You also said that Atma is singular.
Yes.
So then, does that mean that we are Bhagavan?
Bhagavan in the sense, yes, the principle is same. The powers of Bhagavan etc. will not manifest in human body. Because that is the covering of that consciousness. Okay.
Because, we also did sometimes said that this entire universe is in the dream of Vishnu Bhagavan.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah. So then that would mean that we are physically non-existent, but the if
As an essence, we are one with that same consciousness. Yes, correct. Correct. Yes. Yeah. Anything else? Any other question? Okay. So we discussed about this Sat and Asat. Shankaracharya gives very nice definition of both Sat and Asat. Okay. That also we'll see. And in next class, today we will conclude here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om